Hello everyone. Today we are back with our uh, hello everyone. We are back with our web development series. Today we'll be starting our JavaScript series. So let's get started. Okay, so what JavaScript is? JavaScript is a programming language that is used basically for client-side validation, triggering of event after certain amount of time. It is also used for document object manipulation, model manipulation, that is DOM manipulation that we'll see later. First, I'd like to show you some example or some stuff that we can use with uh, that we can do by using JavaScript. So I'll take example of our IST website itself. As you can see this carousel, it keeps changing automatically after certain amount of time that we have given. So this is done using JavaScript. Apart from this, you can see these numbers changing automatically. Yeah, and then yeah, you can see this. Yeah, this all is done using JavaScript. JavaScript can also be used for the form validation. Okay, so let's get started. Uh, to import JavaScript to your code, you can do this. You can use the script tag and mention the destination. We mention the source file, like I have done here, script.js, or you can give complete URL to over here. The another way is you can use the script tags and inside this body, and you can write your JavaScript over here. It's preferred to use a script tag at the end so that you can give your browser enough time to load everything, all your HTML and CSS content, then to load JavaScript. Okay, so let's get started. So basically, to write a code or write any of the expression, uh, we need some literals means constants, variable, assignment operator to write the entire statement. So let's start with literals. Literals are values that do not change, fixed values like 100, 60 or string IST, whereas variables are the values that changes. Like suppose I have a equals to 5. After performing certain operations, I want to increase the value of a by 1. So I can write the statement a equals to a plus 1. So the value of a changes uh, according to our statement. Now let's see the types of variables. Variables are let, where, const. Uh, the types of variables are let, where, and const. As you have seen in other programming language like C, C++, Java, uh, we write int for integer, char for characters, float for real number. Like, but here in JavaScript, let, where, and const all can be used for all of the data types. So there is no restriction. Let and where work similarly, but there is a slight difference in let and where. So let's discuss the difference between let and where. Let has a restricted scope, only valid in a block, whereas where has a global scope. So let's see what does this mean. So see, I have declared where a is equals to ISTE, but before assigning a any value or even declaring a, I have used a console.log statement over here. Console.log a and console.log a over here too. Since where has a global scope and since compiler knows there is something that's assigned to a, here console.log a will give us undefined. It means a exists means globally, but it hasn't assigned any value. Whereas in the case of let, we have a local scope. So this is valid only after the declaration. So this console.log will be executed successfully, but this won't. Since compiler doesn't know what B is, it will give us error straight away that B hasn't been declared. So okay, so let's see in our console what results we get. Yeah. So you can see undefined ISP and cannot access B after before initialization. So since V wasn't initialized and let has a local scope, so it gave us the error. Okay. So if you know what functions are in C, C++, or any of the programming language that you know, so with the help of function, you will clearly understand what I mean by scope. So see, this is the function and this is the scope. I've defined where a equals to 10 and let b is equals to 5. Since where a has a global scope and this is the scope, so a will be valid over here too. But since b has a local scope, beyond this, means beyond these curly braces, we won't be means we won't be getting any output from this. Instead, we'll be getting some error. So let's see. Yeah, you can see value of A is printed, but B is not defined since the scope of B was local. B is not defined over here. Okay, let's see now about const. So what const are? Const are anything that cannot be changed once declared. So like I have assigned const t c is equals to web tab and see before this I'm not trying to change anything. I'll just print value of c. So yeah, value of C is webdev. Now, what if I try changing this? Surely we will end up getting error because const can't be changed once declared. So assignment to constant variable is not possible. Now we'll see the declaration of a statement. It's pretty simple. We will like name our variables that we are going to use like where x, y, z. Then we'll assign values to these variables. X is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, and z equals to x plus y. This is the computation step. So this is normal declaration of our statement. And one more thing in JavaScript, semicolons are not mandatory. Like in other programming languages like C, C++, we need to put semicolon after the end of at the end of statement. But in JavaScript, it's optional. Okay. Now we'll see operators. So like we know about the basic operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide. Apart from this, there are few more operators available to us in JavaScript. That is exponentiation. Exponentiation is nothing but a raised to power a raised to power of b, whereas modulus returns remainder, and these two plus sign plus plus and minus minus are increment and decrement operators. So let's see them by example. Here a is equals to 10, b is equals to 5, and first I'll show you this exponentiation operator a raised to power of y. So the output will be 10 raised to power of 5. So let's see the output in our console. Yeah, you can see 10 raised to power 5. Now we'll see increment operators. So basically they are of two types, pre-increment and post-increment. First we'll see post-increment. So post-increment is nothing but first the value will be printed like in our console you can see. Then the value of a will be increased. So here a is 10. So first a means first 10 will be printed. Then value of a will be incremented by 1. So a becomes 11. So let's see here. Yeah, you can see 10 and 11. Now we'll see pre-increment. Pre-increment is like first the value will be incremented and then it will be printed. So straight away we'll get 11 over here. Yeah, you can see here. And this is reminder. So 10 mod 5 is obviously 0. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So now we'll start with our assignment operators. So what assignment operators are equals to, plus equals to, or exponentiation equals to. So like a plus equals to b is nothing but a is equals to a plus b. Whereas exponentiation also works in similar fashion. A equals to a exponentiation of b. So okay, let's see by example. Here a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20, and a plus equals to b. That means a equals to a plus b. So the resultant output will be 30. Okay. So we'll see on our console what output do we get. Yeah, we get 30 as our output. Yeah, now we will see this exponentiation thing. So the resultant output should be 2 raised to power of 4. Yeah, you can see. Okay, now the next thing that we are gonna see is the string operator. The string operator is nothing but concatenation of two strings or appending one string at the end of another. Like here you can see S is one string, IST, K is script, and directly by using plus sign, I can combine both these strings like IST, script. I can concatenate both of them. So let's see. Yeah, IST, script. Now there is one more thing. Like what if I take 100 of constant and try concatenating with this string, the string formed by the addition of S and K. So what happens is this also gets converted to string in JavaScript, and then this string is gonna get concatenated with our string P. So let's see the output. Yeah, you can see IST script 100 is our output. Now we'll see comparison operators. So these are few comparison operators like equals to, equal value and equal type. This we'll see, and then not equals to, not equal value or not equal type, greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, ternary operator. So let's see one by one each of them. So here where n1 is 10, n2 is string 10, and when where n3 is 5. Okay, so first we'll see the difference between the first two, equal to and equal value and equal type. So see, n1 equals to n2. Since these are both are of different data types, so first this 10 will be converted to string 10, then both will be compared. So yeah, string 10 equals to string 10. So the resultant output will be true for us, whereas n will equals n2 is 3 equal to sign. So this means apart from value, the type also should be same. But since the type of both of them is different, so we will end up getting false over here. Okay, so let's see in our console. Hmm, yeah, true and false as expected. Yeah, now let's see ternary operators. So what ternary operator do is, first there will be a condition check. So yeah, if this condition is true, then this part will be executed. If this condition is false, then this part will be executed. Okay, so it's not compulsory to have true and false over here. We can have any expression, any statement over here. For now, I have kept here true and false, like n3 equals to 6. Then this condition is false, so this part is gonna execute. Yeah, false. Uh, I could have mentioned over here some log console.log statement too. So this also you can see. Yeah, in APK. So now let's see logical operators. So what logical operators are, like basically we have three logical operators, and, or, and not. What logical operator do is we will be having two expressions, like suppose A and B. Now we will be using logical AND, A logical AND B. This means both the statement A and statement B should be true for overall statement to be true. Whereas in the case of logical OR, if either of the statement is true, the entire statement is gonna be true. And in the case of logical NOT, it just convert a true statement to false. Like if I mention not equals to true, like it's gonna be false. Yeah. So let's see one by one each of them. Here I have used if statement. If you aren't familiar with if statement, we'll be making dedicated video on it. Yeah. So for now, just you can see this LOD operator thing only. Like here, n1 equals to 10 and n2 equals to 20. Since this part is correct, but this part is false. So overall statement is gonna be false. So we won't be coming inside this scope and this is not gonna be printed. Whereas in the case of OR, if one statement is true and another is false, the overall statement is true. So this part is gonna be executed. And now in case of not equals to, we can see, yeah. So in the case of not equals to n2 not equals to 20, yeah. So this condition is true. So the thing that we get is, yeah, inside if and checking not. And another example also, if you wanna see, if I write over here not equals to false, yeah. This then this is also true for us. So this is gonna execute. So let's see. Yeah, inside if and checking or inside if and checking not. Yeah. Or I can write over here some other statement too, like n3 equals to 5. Yeah. So since n3 equals to 5 is true, but we have mentioned not sign, so overall statement becomes false. So this if won't be executed this time. Yes, you can see. Wait, I have to save it. Yeah. Yeah, you can see this time this not statement is imprinted in our console. The next category of operator that we'll be seeing is bitwise operator. So we'll be seeing basically four types of bitwise operator: bitwise AND, bitwise OR, bitwise NOT, and bitwise OR. So bitwise operator works on bits level. Like, see, I have mentioned over here where A is equals to 10 and where B is equals to 20. But so what compiler will do is this 10 will be converted into its binary form, 20 will be converted into binary form. Bit means on a bit level comparison is gonna happen. So if I say bitwise AND, if one bit is means for one bit of A is 1 and one bit of B is 0. So 1 and 0 will result to 0, whereas 1 and 1 will result to 1. Like, wait, I'll write over here. 1 and 1, 1 and 1 will result 0. It will result 1, sorry. And 0 and 0 will result 0, whereas 0 and 1 will also result 0. Yeah, but whereas in the case of OR, 0 and 1 will be 1, 1 and 1, 1, 0 and 0, 0. Okay, so we'll see both of these bitwise operators. Oh, sorry, I forgot to comment this out. Yeah, as you can see 0 and 30. Now we will see bitwise not operator. What it does is it inverts a bit. It converts 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. So like you can see, yeah, A is 10 and it if we invert its bits, we will get minus 10 over here. Yeah. Then we'll see A XOR B. So what XOR does is means in XOR operator, same bits results in 0, whereas different bits result in 1. So for the XOR operators, yeah. So one XOR one and zero XOR 0 is gonna be 0. Whereas one XOR 0 and 0 XOR 1 is gonna be 1. Yeah, yeah, you can see. 1 XOR 1 is 0, 0 XOR 0 is 0, ones or zero is one and zeros or one is one. Okay, so we'll print this in our console. So we'll print them in our console. Yeah, so we get 30 as our output. Okay, thanks. This is for basic JavaScript. In next video, we'll see about if else, while, do while, and other types of loops. Thank you.